Good evening. When Sonny saying all those nice things, I was just wondering who is he speaking of, who he's talking about. But I wanted to enjoy that gentleman, Officer JJ, the gentleman right there. I've been in San Francisco since 1960. Came to California in 1956 as a young lad. Got a chance to see my father for the first time. That really helped me to get where I am today, having that voice that had that bass in it, compared to coming from South of America, being involved with a lot of women, grandmothers, aunties, mother, sisters, neighborhood, older people, ministers, help raise us. Thinking about seeing the white colored bathroom, water fountains, going into being from San Antonio, Texas. I knew I threw y'all when I said South America. Everybody wanted to know what country is he from, speaking English like that. San Antonio, Texas. I tell everybody I'm from South of America because I work at the school. I'm a teacher at Balboa High School, been there 21 years. I always tell everybody, where are you from, Coach Gray? South America. What country? I say Texas. All nothing. At that time, Texas was the largest state in this union. Then they went and bought Alaska. But anyway, coming to California was a cultural shock to me. My sisters had been out here, my father was still here, my mother had been out here. And when we got ready to come back to California, my mother showed me a class picture. And there were so many different races, I didn't know what they were. It scared me. I told them I didn't want to come to California because I didn't know what that was, and that was. And my mother explained to me all the nationalities. That's a kid from Japan. That's an Asian kid. She explained all that to me. Coming to California, I had a problem because I had never really had to deal with, on a regular basis, white people. All my teachers in the South was black. They knew everybody. They went to church, and during that time, everybody could whoop on you. The teachers, the principals, the coaches, the neighborhood, the neighbors. I had to adjust to having taken orders from white teachers. I had to make an adjustment. I wasn't used to that, but my father had to tell me that you have to treat everybody with respect. And I learned to treat everybody with respect, not necessarily taking a lot of the things that they gave out. I gave some back. That's just the way it is today. That's the way it is today. I worked all day today getting a speech prepared, and when I was sitting there and Sonny came up, I told my wife, I said, he took my speech. He took my speech. He's been reading my mind about Carter G. Woodson and what he believed and the things that he believed that blacks, it should be known the good things that blacks had accomplished. Like he said, he started that Black Week, starting February the 7th, because, like he said, Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass, their birthday fell in there somewhere in February. I worked in the community, the Western Addition. In fact, we opened up, Robert Hector and I opened up Ellie Hill Hutch, June 12, 1981. We were the first employees there. I left August of '96 and went back into education, teaching at Balboa High School. All those years there, at one time I was the only black teacher at a school like Balboa High School. Now we have like 2 or 3. It's 3 of us there now. That's ridiculous. I was sitting down not too long ago, looking around, and I said to myself, everybody has their own week where everything is, the city is almost closed down. A lot of people don't really know what 19th of June means. It's been washed up, washed down. When I was in Texas, 19th of June meant a lot to the blacks. 19th of June, if it fell on a Sunday, you would have a celebration on a Sunday. If it fell on a Wednesday, everything was closed down on that Wednesday celebrating the blacks supposedly being freed of slavery. One of the things that have really touched my heart and got me in an uproar right now is I believe if we had black history in the school system on a regular basis, a semester, or you have to take it a year, I think our young people would do better. In school, in the streets, everywhere. I also believe that we as a race of people here in San Francisco need to come together and demand that of our school system. I'm putting together, I call it an expansion team of people that we're going to meet and we're going to demand black history in our schools, in our curriculum on a regular basis. I got a team, and I don't invite everybody at first. I invite what I call an expansion team. That's a little bit of everybody that I've interviewed them. They don't know it, I've interviewed them. I call and talk to them about certain things, and I can get a feel on who I need to have at that table. No, everybody's not coming to that table right then, but eventually I'm going to get all of you guys at this table to understand what we need to do as a race of people. So with that in mind, it's not a lot, that I need to say or have to say, but that's my feeling, and this is the things we're going to do. You know, I've sat back a long time saying what needs to be done. And I remember someone told me that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. And I've made that step. I've put my team together, and we're getting ready to meet. And this is not the last you're going to hear this. It's going to be on TV, everything, of what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring everybody together to get some of our demands. We got to demand something. We're going to demand that for our kids in school. It's a funny thing when I'm talking about the kids, but we as old people don't know history. I could ask you a question right now, wouldn't nobody know. I'm going to ask one just before I sit down. Carter G. Woodson was the second black to get a PhD from Harvard University. Can anybody tell me who was the first? Who that? I heard somebody. W? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So it's that kind of thing that our kids need to know. Like I told y'all last year, I asked a kid who was Latimer. He gonna tell me it's a blues singer, Lattimore. I said, no, Latimer. I explained to him how during that time, blacks could not get copyrights and patents. He gave his idea to Massa. Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison went and did all the copyright and got it. He got the credit for discovering this stuff. See, he discovered this stuff. Those are the things we need to know, that the young people need to know how we got where we are today, what we had, what struggles took place. A lot of people don't know that. We was always considered a second-class citizen, and we didn't know nothing. We don't know nothing. We don't know business. People treat us like that today. If it ain't their idea, they don't, can't be bothered with it. If you have something and you bring it to certain people, they want to put their spin on it and run with it. I don't allow you to do that. I don't allow you to do that. Black, white, green, or yellow. That's the reason when you come to my meeting, we already have a plan. All I want to know is, my wife get on me by saying this, we're not going to reinvent the wheel. I'll let you put a spoke in it to make it stronger, but we ain't going to reinvent it. So with that in mind, that's all I have to say, and thanks for having me on.